Welcome back to What RT Nibs with General Disturbance. This is the TS5. It's a Tier 8 American Premium non-turreted tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Lakeville, and this one is under the command of 4Q2. Yes, it's one of my replays again. Yes, I put them in occasionally, just every now and then. Well, this one is in the tank destroyer that was the reward for part of a mini marathon. Battle started. It's a 120mm gun, which is very similar to the one on the T28. In fact, it can do 400 alpha with a penetration of 248mm of armor, and well, it's got a fairly fast fire rate, 7.02 seconds, and it appears that I'm the only one going up the valley. Yeah, I've got no company with me, but I feel the need to go valley, whilst the rest of the team feels the need to go into town. Well, let's see how this gets on. Since I'm the only one going up the valley, Jagdpanther behind, GW Panther and M12 supporting, and well, I've gone to the left side, which is normally my favourite side because it gives you the opportunity to deal damage to the guys who actually go to the opposite side on the north side of the pass. Okay, very slow to move up, but it's a very good tank destroyer because there aren't that many weak spots on this tank destroyer. Really, it's just the cupola and between the tracks. Well, first target's turned up, it's an IS-3. I'm getting into a position, and the next target's turned up, it's an IS. Oh, I can just see his cupola, so I put a round into that and bounce the round that comes back from him. And that was a 122mm round because it's 390 that I bounced. The IS-3 has gone high, which is a bit of a mistake because he does this, he comes up over the edge, which just basically gives me a free shot on him. But I've only tracked him, but shells are hitting him. I think he realised that was a bit of a mistake. If the RT had actually fired at that precise moment, I probably would have ended up with a nice set of hit points. Well, I'm still working this corner, waiting for that IS to come up, and the IS-3's gone YOLO. And well, this was a big error because now he's been tracked, and I'm going to keep him tracked until he dies. Yep, I'm just firing into his hitbox, moving about to stop him getting a clean shot at my cupola, and there we go, he's out the game. Big mistake by him. Oh, we got another IS-3. Okay, let's go to town on him. I've tracked him, and I will just keep hitting him in the same spot. Shells going into his body. He's losing hit points every time I shoot. Big mistake. This tank is really great at doing this sort of thing. One more shot and he's out the game. And the kill goes to the Lorraine 40 ton, does it? No, I get the kill on that one. So 2 kills to me. Now, moving up. Oh, spotted an S51. He splashes me for 188. In fact, I think that might have actually been a direct hit. Can't see where it hit, but anyway, pull back. RT goes in and takes out the S51 for me. And now it's just a question of finishing that IS. There you are. Just see your cupola. That's all I need. Thank you. One more hit, and he's out the game. I've now got company. Got a Scorpion G coming up one side and Jagdpanther coming up the other. But I want the hit points on that. I've tracked him. Scorpion's going to finish him off. He fires at me, bounces, and there's the kill to the Scorpion G. Oh, I accidentally hit the trigger there actually. That was a negligent discharge on my part. You see the way the rounds just bounce off the body of this tank destroyer. It really is so efficient. Guys in the town are actually doing quite a good job because they're pushing the enemy back. And now, well, I actually indicated to my teammates, go and kill the RT that's around the other side of that hill. But the GW's already gone. He's just been killed by the Scorpion G. And I make a bit of an error here. I actually thought that I'd just occupy this corner. And well, with this lip here, it forces me up and I fire around at the mutts, miss, and at that point the enemy starts firing rounds into me regularly. I get hit again by Lorraine. I realise I've got to pull back. I burn the repair kit, pull back. Lost a fair bit of hit points there, down to just 27%. But I put a round into the IKV 103. Okay, the T-43 has been killed. The Panzer 58 is Mutz is just behind that house. He's been killed. Now it's just that 53 TP in the distance. I'm safe to go over here now. Long range shot. Yep, that's one into him. 375 low roll. Can I get the kill shot? I hope so. Yep, that's it. So, 3 kills. And the enemy is capping at the other end. That's rather hopeful of him to do that. We've got 2 at this end. The IKV, well, he's hiding behind that house, but he doesn't last very long. Scorpion G finishes him off. And at this point, I did think about actually leaving the cap and going south. But obviously, seeing as this tank destroyer is so slow, there's no way I'm going to get there in time. And the only tank we're actually going back to our cap is the Centurion 5-1. And the M12 is still in the valley, and he's headed south, which is not a good move, because the LTG is headed north. And so I think, oh, I can't decap now, because if I do, and the M12 dies, well, he's not going to be a happy bunny, and we finish complete the cap. But the M12 does get killed by the LTG, unfortunately. I was hoping we could end the game whilst the M12 was still alive to save his hit points, but he did get taken out. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Well, it was only a first class tanker in this one. I didn't get much more. I did get a sharpshooter badge for getting 10 or more consecutive hot hits on the enemy. A shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of my own vehicle, a master gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating hits in a row, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of my own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 5 exactly, and I also picked up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game, and a steel wall for blocking the most damage in that game, and my win rate was 5864, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. Well, top of the table when it comes to damage, 3,510 hit points. I made a bit of a boo-boo coming over that ridgeline at the end where I lost a lot of hit points. I could have actually saved myself the trouble if I'd just gone a little further down and turned side on. Then I could have actually shot those guys without actually losing any hit points in the process. But the next high score on damage was in fact the Lorraine 40 ton, one of the guys who actually fired into me. He did 2,279, and after that it was the Centurion 5-1 with 2,182. When it came to kills, it was the Scorpion G did the best. He got 4 kills, and I neglected to actually platoon with him. I should have done that actually, because I did at the time notice that we both got over 3. And the LTG on the enemy team, yes, he got 3 kills. He actually picked up a Pascucci's for killing both Arty. When it came to base XP, I was the only player who managed to get over 1,000 base experience points. 1426, not enough for an ace tanker. I think you need to get at least 1,600, 1,500 and that sort of ballpark to get an ace tanker. And I have had an ace tanker in this vehicle before. Yes, you do need to do a lot of damage to get that. 943 to the Scorpion G, 815 for the Centurion 5-1. I fired 16 rounds, got 14 direct hits and 11 penetrations. Yes, one of my shots was a bit of a negligent shot. Unfortunately, I just accidentally hit the fire button just after that IS died. I must admit, I did at the time want the IS kill, but the Scorpion was just faster on the draw. I actually tracked the guy instead of actually killing him with that shot, and it was a big mistake by me there. But I did get 11 penetrations. That 120mm gun is very, very good. 3,510 hit points of damage, of which 1,000 were at more than 300 meters. I received 13 hits from the enemy. Only 3 were penetrations, and those happened after I actually went over the ridgeline. 9 non-penetrations and 1 hit by way of splash damage. Damage of 2,970 hit points in total, and all of it was done at close range. 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 5 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 1,822 hit points. I think that was spotting assist actually, and 57 capture points in the cap. On a premium account, I earned 121,700 credits, got 60,850 from personal reserves, total 182,549. And after repairs and ammunition resupply, and I just fired standard AP throughout because you don't need to use the heat, 158,860 credits profit. 27 bonds from that battle. I think that's Veni Vidi Vici, and one for the high caliber, one for the steel wall. And 2,139 XP, times 3 for the first victory, 214 for this being a premium vehicle, and 1,069 for the personal reserve bonus. Took away 7,700 experience points altogether. So yes, the valley was a blast. It was a great deal of fun actually, because those heavies in the valley actually made a huge error driving out in front of the TS5, because so long as the enemy is in front of the pointy end, you can actually do a hell of a lot of damage. And if you can get a shot in to track them and hold them there, then you just treat them as a pincushion and just keep firing into them until they eventually disappear. It's a really good little assault tank, and I highly recommend this as a premium vehicle. If you haven't got one, get one. If you have got one, play it more often because it's great fun. And thanks very much for watching this video. And I will have some more Oppenheimer videos coming up very shortly.